Hello, everybody. It's Lord Magicus, here in our neighborhood fish friend. But we're here to play Pauper today, and it means we're not playing fishies. We're going to be playing some more mono black. I really liked the feel of this deck last time, but I want to test it some more and see if we can make any improvements, or maybe we'll find out maybe our changes are not improving it, so we'll try other things. There's certainly a lot of stuff that you can do with this deck, so I'm interested in tweaking it to see how much I like it. Actually, what is it? Can I find this? Because, like, for one thing that comes to mind when we're looking at mono black is the top end of this deck. So let me see if I can find this thing. Sort by mana value. That seems reasonable. I need to find the name of the card. I don't remember it. I know it's Vampire something. That's not enough. I need a vamp. Oh, it is. Okay, so it's Vampire Sovereign. Here we go. Even if I have 0, well, let's show them. Here we go. Vampire Sovereign. That's the one. So yeah, so one of the things that, our list is playing Gray Merchant in here, Gary the Traveling Salesman, and I've enjoyed playing Gary in this list at all. But one thing I've never considered before is playing this Vampire Sovereign guy, who he was reprinted in Double Masters as a common, so this is definitely something that maybe in the future we'll test this, but I'm still playing with Gary today, so that's why we're all about Gary the Traveling Salesman for the moment. But this guarantees that you will always drain 3, and it's a 3/4, and it has flying. So you pick up flying and an extra 1 power, but you lock yourself into only ever draining 3, where Gary can get to board states where he will just win the game by draining for like 10. So the butt is the same, but this is a little bit more evasive, and it might play better with Thorn of the Black Rose with being able to get the Monarch back. I mean, and it also might help to brick off some of the flyers a little bit better, so we'll have to consider that at some point. Like, definitely, I think the next time we play, we'll probably try it with this card, but for the time being, Gary, yeah, because Gary also plays a lot better with stuff like Pestilence and Chittering Rats, because you can easily amass way more devotion, and he can win the game way faster, so just different things to think about in here, like, right now, I don't have any copies of Geth's Verdict. I am opting for Chainer's Edict since I don't have any Gurmag Anglers in my deck. Having stuff in the graveyard is going to be a little bit easier. So, I don't need to worry about having to exile the Chainer's Edict to pay for a Gurmag. But if we played more Gurmag Anglers instead for some reason, maybe we didn't like the Ambusher and we wanted it in that slot, then maybe some of these become Geth's Verdict, so that way there's less pressure on the graveyard. All considerations at some point. So we're tweaking this a little bit, testing some cards, and trying to get an idea of what list am I going to enjoy the most. Okay, let me fix this. Alright. So on the sideboard, I decided I'm going to drop the spell bombs for the time being. I am going to test out a few other cards. Here, we also were playing with a one sideboard and one main deck copy of Snuff Out. And the reason for this is because of the hot dog deck. Like, I think that's what ArmchairGeneral called it. It's the Kiln Fiends, like, or I guess it's black red, I think, or it's like the Kiln Fiend Blitz deck. So they do have protection spells, but if you're tapped out, they may believe that they are just free to do whatever they want. So Snuff Out is a way for you to actually interact with a lot of these cards when you're tapped out, so your opponent has no idea that you can do something, so they might just go all in and then just lose to this. So that's kind of the reason that these decks, and a couple other decks have picked up in this, and let me go and check right now, because this is worth checking. Snuff Out, it's a common from Mercadian Masks. If you had to take a guess at how much this card is, how much do you think it is? Because I'll tell you, it's probably more than you think. So, okay. If you want a regular copy in TCG Player, it's going to be about $6 to get it shipped to you. And that's like a played one. Maybe if you're lucky, you can get it on 5. But like somewhere in like $5 to $6 just like a beat up copy. Do you know how much the foil of this is? A fucking over $100 for this foil, for this fucking Mercadian Mask foil. That's insane. I was looking at them because I was thinking about getting foils to put into my paper list, and like, my god, it is just like nut crushingly expensive. And there's only one version of that foil, and it's from Mercadian Mask because it was printed in 2 dual decks. It was in the anthology and it was in the Garrick versus Liliana. So yeah, and it's not foil there. So yeah, it's the modern frame one is gonna run you closer to $10 for the normal one. But yeah, the foil of this card is over $100. It's actually crazy. So definitely, if you have them, check to see if you have them in like your card storage somewhere, because these things are worth a fair bit, probably more than most standard rares at this point. Yeah, so I was very very surprised by that. I had no idea. That was absolutely crazy. So yeah, if you have a few, then you should probably look for them. And if you have a foil, you're rich. Yeah, absolutely nice. All right. And then one of the other changes. Oh, you have a bunch of gushes. Yeah, that's also cool. Well, I mean, Gush is still played a lot in pre-modern, so there's still probably a bunch of interest in that card. But yeah, the other card I'm going to try here is Environmental Sciences, and because I'm not playing the spell bombs, I ended up with an extra slot here. I tweaked things a little bit. I moved a Suffocating Flames to the sideboard, or Fumes to the sideboard. So like against like the go wide decks, we have 4 of these things to bring in. But against Burn, like we'll have Cram Sessions that can then find Environmental Sciences, which it gains you 2 more life, but also finds you a land. So hopefully puts you closer to Gary and closer to stabilizing. That's the idea. Learning either lets you loot, or you can find this from the sideboard here, because it's a lesson type. So I also thought about pest summoning, and maybe in the future we'll test that, but I think the Environmental Sciences is a one of in the side. It might be worth it with this, because we are trying to get to 5 mana against those decks, so we can stabilize with Gary. So yeah, different stuff that we're trying with this. And I mean, the shell is basically the same. I'm still testing this Envoy because I do believe the Envoy it has some potential that it's not given the respect that it's deserved. Like, a lot of people look at that card and they're just like, Magic is, you're insane. Why would you even consider something like that? And I'm like, you just need to trust me, alright? It's flying, it has a big butt, and it's life gain. That's what's up. Plays well with Pestilence. Alright. But that also might, yeah, so it's good at taking the Monarch back, but it also might be a reason why we might want to switch over to Vampire Sovereign instead of Gary at some point, because that flying really does help a lot. So we'll have to see. Okay, there we go. We're in a match. Let's get this going. Well, we are on the play. Let's see, land. I think we actually mulligan this because we're not casting anything in the near future. This is definitely much better. I'll probably just get rid of the Bojuka Bog here, but overall I feel pretty good about this hand. They mulled to 6. Okay. So like, let me draw like more lands or something. I'm gonna play this just in case I draw like a 2-drop I want to cast next turn, because I don't want it to disrupt my curve. Okay. So this might be the Affinity deck. Affinity is gonna be interesting. Okay, or maybe this is, well, I don't know, there's still a lot of stuff this could be, so we'll see. A lot of decks that I'm not necessarily familiar with, so they just do nothing here. Okay. I promise you they're not prepared for this. And then we can play our Thorn if they don't... If this Envoy survives, we can easily just play this Thorn. Okay, so they are playing the Gates, which means they probably have the Basilisk Gate. Interesting. Okay, let's attack. You know what? Nah, I'm wondering, like, if they're holding up something like Spell Stutter Sprite, I don't want them... Yeah, I don't want them to be able to attack and get the Monarch back. We're going defensive here. We'll just take our free cards and just win with card advantage. That's the plan. There's the Basilisk Gate. Okay. Interesting. I guess here is a good spot. We can attack with the Thorn, and if they don't block it, we just ambush this thing. This also lets us get our monarchy back at some point if we need to. They might be inclined to destroy that. Okay, sure. And we'll play a Chittering Rats here. This will be pretty hard for them to deal with. So now they're not drawing a card next turn, so... We're going to win with this Monarch card advantage. That's the plan. They make a treasure? Okay. Is that what this one does? Okay, sure. Okay. You're going to get Galvanic Blast or Preordain. They get the Blast. Okay, that's fine. That's pretty good value. Hmm. Let's see. I probably just want to Chainer's Edict them. I think I attack with the rat. Or you know what? They're definitely going to make me lose the rats. I guess I can attack with all these things, like... Cause, yeah, they're not going to block this, but then I'll have Gary. But they might Galvanic Blast Gary. That's a possibility. Okay, so... Then maybe I do need to worry about killing this thing. Let's see, if they blast the rats... That makes me feel a little bit safer about playing Gary. It's possible our Monarch might just draw us an instant speed removal anyway. I don't think I play the Thorn here. I think I want to wait. Okay. Okay, so they're getting rid of my vampire, so now they're like actually They have to just have a bunch of flyers that couldn't get through this thing, right? That has to be why they're going after this. Because it feels like they should be going after this unless they have more removal. I guess let's attack first. Okay. Not bad. No, they just make another treasure, so interesting. Not exactly sure what's going on here, but I feel like I should be concerned. They're making a lot of artifacts. Which means I want them dead quickly. Or they're gonna play their they can't play their guy, or I'm just gonna flashback Chainer's Edict, right? The Guardian of the Guildless, or the monocolor thing, they have to have like a no, they're gonna get their elementalist back. Okay, sure, that's fine. Okay, so oh, they reanimate stuff with this. All right, interesting. Oh, so they got a cool little engine with that. That's neat. Let's see what we get here. It's not bad. I don't think I want to be drawing those next turn. Play another rats here. So they do seem to they have this cool little reanimator combo with this. So they can keep getting food tokens back. But that's not going to work forever. Like, we're going to win a long game. If we can ever stop drawing fucking lands. Sure. I'll probably throw the Zealot in front of this thing. If they want to pump it up. No, they have another one. Okay, so they're probably getting Galvanic Blast again. It's pretty good. It's too bad we don't have the Bojuka Bog. Well, eventually this is going to be a problem for them, though, because we will have... Once we get, like, Pestilence, then they don't really have a good way to get through. Like, if Pestilence resolves, they don't get to stick creatures pretty much ever. Okay, they are going to finally get their way through this, and we'll just play Thorn, I guess, and just take our Monarchy back. They're going to get Galvanic Blast back. Alright. Come on! Okay, I don't really want to play the Witch's Cottage yet. I'm not going to attack. Because they will blink one of these and Galvanic Blast another one of my creatures. Unless they get... they could get the Ephemerate back. That sucks, yeah. But again, like, what we really need right now is the Pestilence. They're going to blink this, and then this time they get this and they kill off probably Gary, I would assume. Sure. Okay, they used the Abrade. It's not nothing. I think I probably want the Thorn back. Can only play one of these two. So it probably should be Gary. Or I could just start looping Gary's, I guess. Like... Alright, because then at least this way, you know, when we can play this one to drain more life from them, so... I'm just trying to make it difficult for them to try to outdraw us. Because again, I think once we get, like, enough stuff on board, it's going to be difficult for them to actually do anything. Alright. Okay, late to dinner. Alright, so here they can get back kind of the other blasts, I guess. I know they get back this, yeah. They want to keep their engine alive. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. They can't attack, so... So right now I have 9 mana here. Well, I can drain them for another 3, I guess. That's... Attacking doesn't really do anything right now. Sign in Blood was a good draw. Okay, I mean, they can kill off a Gary again. That's fine. But I'm not going to make it easy for them to get out of this. Sure. Blank, get your probably blast back. Yeah. Just hope you don't have removal for this one. No, they don't attack. That's fine. That's pretty good. Again, once we draw Pestilence, they basically just die, so... They don't know that we don't have Snuff Out, so I don't want to just pass to the turn yet. Okay. They can reanimate their thing, I guess. It still does put them in a lot of danger, though, but I guess they don't really have a choice. They just have to go for whatever they can. Sure, they have Ephemerate here. They can't actually cast... And they returned late to dinner. Alright, that's fine. Okay, I can get in 3 damage this way. That's pretty good. Hmm. Sure, they have a Bolt. That's fine. They're losing, like, quickly. I guess they have to get late to dinner back. Yeah, doing Chainer's Edict that turn meant that there was no way they could attack me there, so... They're gonna gain 3 life, sure. Alright, well, we're probably just getting Gray Merchant back with that. It feels like the correct thing to do. It's pretty good. Um... I think I can safely attack with one of these right now. They're tapped out here, so they're not safely using this gate anytime in the near future. Sure. They have blue. Yeah, what are they playing? Like 4 colors here? They chose black on this thing. Seagate Oracle. Alright. Maybe they're afraid that Gary's gonna finally be enough here. Okay, well, I think that means they're dead. 1 card here, and I think we know what it is, right? They didn't cast it because they wouldn't be able to do that, so... Yeah, alright, we got there. Pestilence finally did it. That was a slog, for sure, but it was important. Okay. Ah, fuck, that was a battle. Alright. Feel like we want these Suffocating Fumes for this. Don't know how much Snuff Out actually matters. Probably these ambushes are not particularly good. The only benefit to this is that it is an instant speed effect. I do like the fact that we can we can flash back Chainer's Edict. It's pretty close. You know what? Maybe Divest. I don't know. This still doesn't seem that good. Like, they're just going to recur back whatever they take. But we could take their lands, I guess. But even that doesn't seem amazing. Alright. We'll take an Edict back. Honestly, I think we've got a really good match here. Okay, this is a little bit slow because of these witches' cottages. They're keeping 7 cards. Their deck is pretty slow too, though. Alright. That's a benefit here, because now we can use this cast down whenever we need to. Okay. Basically, this is a ramp card for them, so... They're evoking it, okay. They make 2/1 flying 2 birds. That is going to be important. I don't know how long we're supposed to hang on to this, but I think that it's going to matter. Because if they... Oh, fuck. I don't want them reanimating this fucker. Alright, I am not dicking around with this. Because that is going to be an engine that I just don't want to deal with. It kind of makes me feel like maybe we should have at least one more Bojuka Bog somewhere in the mana base. It is like free interaction with these loops. But if their plan was to just like try to reanimate that thing, like I don't want that coming back and making a bajillion birds. Okay, no big attacks for them this turn. Hoping the worst thing that happens is they bring this back. Well, okay, they get Preordain, I can live with that. It's pretty good. I could try to draw 2, or I could just try to put a blocker in front of this. They don't have enough artifact lands for Galvanic Blast to actually be enough for this, or this for that matter. I think the safe thing to do is to just play Gary as a blocker here. If it dies, then putting it back on top of the deck will be fine. But I don't want to play Thorn in a situation where 1 removal spell is enough. Alright. Now I feel like... With the Defile, I feel a little bit more confident. Oh, that's really good. Definitely play the Vampire here. Muldrifter? Yeah. I don't like giving them targets for this, but at the same time, I don't want that on the board, so... I don't need to play the Witch's Cottage just yet. Okay. That's a good target to get back with it at some point. Oh, that's really good too. And this thing is not going to be hitting me. Do you have a counterspell? No. No counterspell, but at the very least, you're not getting rid of this, so... I will take my Thorn of the Black Rose back. Because I do want the ability to retain my monarchy. If by some miracle he manages to take it from me, so... Yes, okay. And this is why. With 2 4 toughness creatures, I should be able to Pestilence, like... He still has the bolt, right? I think they did return a bolt. I think we know about that. I can probably just play Pestilence this turn and then just kill everything. That's fine. You get to draw 1 card. But, I get to blow everything up and... Yeah. Get it back. That's really good. No! They're gonna blow up my Pestilence here. We'll just ping. Alright, you'll do this turn. By Pestilence. They don't get to attack me, though, so that's nice. Chaomancer probably getting back Bolt, I assume. Yep, and they'll just Bolt carry. That's interesting. They just don't Bolt him. So they still have a Lightning Bolt in their hand. I think I just play Gray Merchant and hold up the Defile. I don't really need to attack right now. If they are super close to dead. Yeah, it's a little annoying. They get to draw 2 cards. Again, I can play Pestilence and just wipe the board, so that is a thing. You have another counter spell. I think so. Yep, okay. Um, I guess this is still okay. They might get to draw 1 more card here. But if they just attack with the Mull Drifter, they're not getting their card, so... I don't know if it was right to tap both of the gates for that. Okay, I'm not getting... Well, I don't need a combat phase here, so that's not really the concern. I have ways of doing this. So I do have a Chainer's Edict still, but I think I want to Sign in Blood myself and then just cast Thorn of the Black Rose. So I need a way to deal with this Mull Drifter. That's pretty good. So Stonehorn Dignitary is cool because they can try to like ephemerate it to keep me from attacking them, but I do have ways of winning the game without attacking. That said, I don't have a lot of them left. I have 1 more Witch's Cottage left here and 2 more Gray Merchants. So if they can get a lock with this Dignitary, that's a problem. Oh, they're just going to take the Monarchy. Interesting. Alright. Well, they can't attack, so... They have 3 cards left here. What are the chances that they have another counterspell? I'm gonna... They don't have any more food tokens, so... If this Gary resolves, I just win. I guess if they have a bolt or something, that would work. They did have another counterspell. Shit. Alright, well. I was hoping they didn't. Interesting. I want that thing dead. Time is short for both of us here. Need to play a little bit faster. This is a really grindy game. So what, do I have one more Gray Merchant left? Is that how this is going to go? Alright. I'm not going to be attacking. Interesting. They're tapped out. They're at 11. That was very fortuitous. And keeps us, like, it makes it way more difficult for them to win here. They can attack with the Muldrifter, I guess. But you know what? No, actually, it might not be enough because of this gate. They might be able to activate gate enough times. If they activate it one more time, I actually just die. Okay, 20 is going to get there. We did not quite have enough to kill them because they gained exactly 3 life. Alright. Okay. Let's see how this is going to be. So I don't actually like these edicts that much. I think this is probably going to matter more. If I'm on the play, this Divest might actually be a lot better as well. Alright, let's do this. This is kind of a slow hand. Alright, I am going to keep it, though. So we're slightly ahead on the clock right now. Oh, that was pretty good for us. They don't get to draw a card, but I guess they had a pretty good chance of just having another land already. Okay. Seagate Oracle, that's fine. Yep. Mole Drifter. I really would like removal for this. Just, fuck, that's not good. Mole Drifter definitely can get in. It's not a lot. I really thought it was going to be bigger than that. Maybe they're going to combo with Bolt. Oh, okay. Sure. Well, we got rid of their graveyard at a really good time, I think. I think we want to get rid of Soul. This can block this, and this thing can block here, I guess, for now. Fuck! That was not good. Alright. No, I do need to block this thing because I don't want them drawing extra cards here. You walked into my trap card. However, you are going to steal my Monarchy, though. And I'm not. I'm going to have to play the Thorn to get it back. Can I survive this? If I play Gary here, I drain him for 4, I go to 15. Is 1, 2, you can do this twice, right? So it'll be +8, so I'm pretty sure that I need to actually draw something. I don't think that's gonna do it. I don't have an answer to the gate. Turned out their beefy flyers were a little bit better. And now, like, this is definitely where Vampire Sovereign would, like, make a huge difference in this match. Because, like, if we could had another flying blocker in my hand to stick on here, that could actually help a lot. Yeah, they got it. You win, opponent. Good game. Like, yeah, so that sucked. We were like a little bit short there. It was a super close match, though. Definitely seems like the Vampire would have been better than the Grey Merchant. But yeah, that's because like of the flying, and it does look like maybe another Bojuka Bog somewhere like would have helped too. Having it, like, we did have it I think twice, and it did make a difference both times, but that's pretty brutal overall. So that's something to pay attention to. All right, well, it's okay. This league might go a little bit long, but it's fine. We want to get the practice in. We're learning things too. We're like seeing where some of these cards are like better and so where some of them are worse. All right, we're on the play. This hand seemed perfectly fine. We'll keep this. I'm hoping that I don't need to use the Witch's Cottage right away, but we'll see. Oh, well, this match is fucking just unwinnable. Having seen it last time, like, this does not make any difference at all. Like, the Edicts are not going to do shit. Our best hope is that we curve to 5 mana and just keep slamming Garys. I'm 1000% blocking it. Sure. Alright, well, I guess I don't need to use it right now, so. We might curve into Gary. That could happen. Let's just hope it's enough. Yeah, we're gonna get bolted. This is like worse than actual just mono red burn. Okay. Here's where if we draw a swamp, then holding on to this cottage makes us look like a genius, because now if one of these would die and we have the swamp, here we go. Comeback of the century. Like, if Gary dies, we can just keep bringing it back. Yeah, we get to get it again with the cottage, but they might just try to kill us outright, so. No? Okay, that's good. Deadly Dispute. Oh, they just gave up. They're like, no, we can't possibly beat Grey Merchant. Okay. Fuck, that was luck. Alright. I guess we need this. This seems like a really bad matchup to be losing a lot of life. Definitely Pestilence is out, and I think Snuff Out comes out. Probably a Sign in Blood as well. I think we want the Divests. Epicure is a 1/1 creature. Okay. So Suffocating Fumes does kill it at instant speed. That's what I wanted to know. It is a consideration. I mean, the Chainer's Edict also does seem fine because they do have stuff like Swift Spear, so. I think they have Swift Spear. I'm reasonably sure they do. The Thorn might also, like... I can't cut the creatures because I need them for the ambusher. I guess... I don't think I can bring in any more Thorns. I guess we're just doing it like this. Okay. This hand does not look very promising. I think we have to mulligan it. This looks a little better. I'm assuming that we need to keep the Gray Merchants because that's our only real way of winning this game. Nope. Okay, it's not terrible, I guess. We just need to live long enough to get to them. That's bad. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. We don't have anything to stop it. This would be a good turn for our vampire. I think we're just gonna die to this kitchen imp. They have 5 cards left. Like, it is hard to imagine that we are not gonna lose to that. If I play this Thorn, they are definitely taking the monarchy from me immediately. Alright, how do I not die here? If I play this to, like, block this, I'm just taking 1,000,000 damage. Like, I'm giving them free cards. I think I just have to pray. Yeah, they have enough for that. Like, we were dead. They have triple bolts. There wasn't really much we could do here. Why are you drawing, like, your next cards? You won. Like, you don't need to worry about this. There's not much else I can do here. I think we just run this back and just pray that our 7 is better this time. God, this is so bad. I can't keep that. Like, okay, this looks better. I think I'm just getting rid of Thorn here. They have 2 kitchen imps, so that's not great. 1 fucking Vault of Whispers. Alright, well, I guess we're getting rid of one of those while they can't play it. I don't think this matters. Right. We played the Chain Lightning. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. Okay. Play this, draw a card. We're not that bad. We're not that bad here. Yeah, I think we just play that and pass. I guess I should keep these revealed so we know what they are. Great Furnace? Okay. We might actually win this one by curving out here. Now we have an answer to the Kitchen Imp. And we have a blocker. And this thing can also help gain us a bunch of life. Okay. So we know they use that. We know they use that. There's the vault. They have 5 cards in hand. They did not play that, so that's interesting. Vampires can stabilize our life total here. This is what I'm saying. Oh my god, we actually won this match. That is so fucking surprising. Because I normally, after the first experience I had with that, I would not have thought that that would be like a match we could reasonably win. It seems just really, really difficult. But here we go. We got there. We needed really good hands, and their hands were kind of like crap. So it's okay. And the vampire looked really good there. All right, let's be on the play. I think that's 3 times in a row, right? That's pretty good. I think we keep this too. We get to draw a card. We have a bajillion removal. Okay, I think we can live with this. Dusk Legion Zealot is a little bit. It's fine. They mold a 6. Okay, sure. Mold a 5. Okay, well, that's good because if they're like the hot dog deck, you know, or the Kiln Fiend deck, yeah, then this hand is going to be fantastic against them. They have like no hope. If they play a creature in turn 1, I just Defile it. Nope. Interesting. Okay. Cool. If we need to, we can cast the Snuff Out with life, so. Utopia Sprawl, okay. Oh, well then, if this is the deck I think it is, we might actually be in reasonable shape here. Alright. They chose blue for this? Okay, now I'm confused. I don't know what blue is. I know there's a green-red deck that plays this, but I'm not sure what the blue would be for. Oh, that sucks. Okay, they're playing land destruction. Okay, well, on the plus side, we do get to Chittering Rats them. So you don't get to draw a card. Just hope they don't have multiples of these. They might have like Thermokarst though. Yeah. Alright, well. The top end of our curve is not going to look great here. This is definitely where we want to just draw lands for the rest of this game. Well, they only have 1 card, so if it's just a creature, then we're fine. A Mole Drifter, I mean, it's not great, but... You get to draw cards. Well, one of them was a land. They foretold a card. Okay, neat. That's not helpful. Probably cutting Gary's in this match and maybe Thorn. Pestilence does not seem like it's going to be good here either. Boarding Party. Cascading, okay. They fucking cascade into Mole Drifter. Okay. Four life is better than losing 6, so... So that was the card they foretold. It was that one. All right. It's hard to like deal with all of this when all of their stuff just keeps drawing them cards though. They have a nice top end here. We'll probably have like another fucking Muldrifter or like another one of these boarding parties. Now, if it's just that, that's fine. I can live with this. Just kind of need them to just have like a bunch of lands. If they can't play another creature, then cast down, and this would be fine. Or if we could draw a swamp, then like Defile plus cast. Well, guess what? Good news, guys. We're drawing a swamp, so. That makes it hard. They have one card left, so maybe it's a land that they have left. Sure. We could really use a land ourselves. So, like, if we can curve into these, like, it might actually help. Well. They probably just drew another Temporal Spring here, I imagine. I don't know what else they have in their hand that they can't, like, realistically play. Okay, no, I definitely should have did that before, but... Get in there, I guess. Again, if we can get to our third mana, like, this will help a lot. That's not a good sign. Muldrifter is really bad for us. Fuck! We had a chance to, like, cast a spell this turn. Ugh, okay. Oh god, did they just fucking find the fourth one? Oh, this is worse. Okay. I can't do anything about it. That thing is a problem. You are a little bit too late. Like, I think I'm actually just dead to this. I can't fathom a way that I'm going to turn this around in time because, like, I'm going to... Realistically here, I'm taking 8 damage, and then, like, even if I draw a removal spell for this, then I'm still taking at least another 2. Alright, we'll give it another turn, but, like, yeah, we have basically just lost the game. I think, yeah, if we had drawn, like, a little bit more mana, then we could have got there, but not like this. Pulse. Alright, they targeted boarding party, like, that's good enough. That's 6 hasty damage. There's nothing I can do about it. Snuff Out does seem good because we can cast it without mana. We're not getting up to Grey Merchant here, and we're not getting up to Pestilence, so let's not even think about it. It might be worth bringing in Cram Sessions just to find environmental sciences for this match. That's not unreasonable. An artifact or creature card from it. I probably do want these. I don't want to cut too many creatures. Alright. It's going to be an uphill fight, but sure. We have many lands here. I'm fine with keeping many lands. Ah, fuck. Wish I had more people tonight, but I know Pauper's not like my audience's cup of tea, but well, I promise we're gonna build this bridge, okay? We're gonna get there. I think about a 4. Oh, that's got to be fine for us. I am good. Look, we've had really good games. I think like we've seen interesting things in this format. It's like fun. Okay, Relic is useless. I don't care about that at all. However, I'm gonna play this while I can. Like, this is a match where we might reasonably use this. Okay, that's good. If I can take their Mole Drifter out in time, that would be fine. That's not bad either. Alright, what do you got going on here? Okay, you have 2 forests. Cool. So when you play your creature, you're telling me this Defile is just going to send you back to the Stone Age? Oh, come on, are you really going to do this? I guess they're probably worried about like Gurmag Angler, which is fair, because that is definitely a card I could play, so for sure. We're just kind of taking the hard control route. Alright, they give up. Their mulligans were terrible. Alright, now I'm kind of wondering, should I like, I don't know, my deck is not like that great without the payoff card for it. Maybe the Ambusher is what's supposed to go? Maybe I keep in like some Garys over this. I don't know, like, it's difficult because they do have a lot of creatures, but this does give me some really fun interactions with, like, Zealot and Chittering Rats. Maybe I'm just supposed to keep 2 of these here on the premise that, like, I need them to actually win the game. Well, I have Sign in Blood, Defile, and Zealot. Like, I guess I'm gonna keep it. It's not a strong keep though, with only 2 lands. If I draw a land, this will look a lot smarter. Interesting. Okay, now this looks smarter. So now I actually can like reasonably draw some cards. Basic land cycle, which means they're probably not doing anything I care about this turn. So I'll probably just play Zealot here. Okay. And I might be getting Acid Mossed this turn. Well, if I do, then I guess I just probably have to divest them. Interesting. No Acid Moss. Okay, well, I didn't draw another land, so I really need to try to draw them while I can. And this is not great. I don't think this is a game where we're getting to Thorn. They have another one of these things, I am sunk. Like, I need to, like, get to 3. So once Muldrifter comes out, I'm in some trouble. I need them to, like, just not do anything this turn so I can try to stabilize this a little bit. Okay. This is not the worst thing that's happened so far. Let me foretell. Okay, you know what? This is, all things considered, this could have gone a lot worse. So I kind of know what the rest of their hand is. Which means it's actually not that bad. Again, if I find one land, like, we're back in business. Okay, I mean, they get to draw a card off this, but, I mean, other than that, like, I don't know what they have, but they're just top decking at this point, so maybe nothing. Okay, not bad. We're still in this. Like, again, if we can dodge, like, one really bad turn here, we might be okay. Depends, like, okay, so they just drew a land. Oh, God, and this can't be good news. Reach, Trample, Cascade. Alright, well, it doesn't have haste, but we got Pulse. Pulse is not the worst. They're gonna get that back, but at least I can kill this thing, so. I don't think I want to block this just yet. So I think I want to go cast down on this. Probably Defile. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're gonna get Packmate back, but oh fuck! Come on, piss off! Like you can't. How did you top deck this? This is fucking ridiculous. And of course, it goes into the Muldrifter. Ah, all right. This definitely should have attacked. If I cast the Edict right now, they're just gonna throw away the Muldrifter, but I guess that's it's not great, but pretty much anything else will kill this if I find something. I guess I still need to cast it. Can't believe they just like fucking ripped this right now. There was the consideration of cast this and try to loot for something, but I think we want to get. Oh my god, another Muldrifter! God damn it! They are just finding their way out of this now. There's like 3 big hits in a row. What are we working with here? Cannonade, that's gonna ruin me. They can just double cannonade and this thing's just gonna take over the game. I think I'm just dead. It's like if I play this right now, I'm not like I'm taking like 9 damage this turn. And if I try to play this, they're fine with like getting rid of this if it means this kills me in 2 attacks. So let's just move on with our lives. I guess I could have tried to loot that thing away, but like it didn't really seem like a good scenario to be in. Even if I dealt with that one spell, like that was not very encouraging. I'm down to nothing and like just facing because they're gonna top deck way better than me in the late game for sure. That definitely seems hard. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just comes down to like maybe if in the first game like we found a third land faster, like we had a chance in that game, but it does seem very difficult. Could have something like Choking Sands in the sideboard to try to like hurt their mana a little bit so they can't like Utopia Sprawl their way up. But in general, it's just that's going to be hard, and I don't know what slots we would try to make to find it. So, but we like I guess Choking Sands is probably the best answer we have, but it's still 3 mana, and like by the time we can cast it, it's difficult. So I don't know what we normally do to like beat that. Like the cascade threats are just like enormously powerful and are going to outdo whatever we're doing. Our strategy is to get to the late game with a lot of mana, and so is theirs, but their strategy also happens to deny us mana, so it's a little better. We're better at removing creatures, but their creatures are way better value threats that can just, draw them into more stuff, so like their creatures outdo our removal. So their plan is a little bit better against us. I imagine they're going to struggle a lot more with decks like the Kiln Fiend deck, where there's a lot more. They can just win on like 2 lands and don't give a fuck. Where we need to get up to like 5, 6, 7 mana. That's just how it be. We're on the draw here. Still good games though. Like there's still very interesting gameplay to be had. So, not with this hand though. We have to mulligan this. They're keeping 7. Well, we're definitely mulliganing. I think we have to keep this. We just put a Defile in the bottom. It's okay. Otherwise, this isn't too bad. Okay, Boros Guildgate. I'm gonna play the Cottage here because I want to make sure that I can whatever I want to do next turn. I want to make sure I have the mana to do it. Okay, so that we're playing against the Gate deck here, and there's the Raven Inspector. Okay, that's not bad. Thorn's gonna help us a little bit here. Vampire can just wall this thing off, and also we have Ambusher as well. Like if there's a chance that we can just attack with this and Ambusher, and then like Defile if we need to. This card's Prismatic Strands. Okay. Alright. Bold move. And if they want to use the gate here, I can just kill this thing at instant speed, so... it's not great. I guess I attack here, and then if they block it, then I can just defile one. I don't think they're going to block. Okay. Okay, well... that's fine, I guess. This gate is incredibly powerful, and it seems like the most powerful land that they've ever put in this format. A lot of decks are trying to play gate so that they can do this. Okay. I guess this is fine. So we're gonna hopefully gain some of this life back, so... unless they have removal for this ambusher, that would not be great. If I could find a removal spell for this, then we might be in good shape. It looks like they're thinking about bolting this thing. I think if they have a bolt, they probably should do it. Flame Slash, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, now we kind of have to draw removal or we're in trouble. Alright. Zealot, find me something. I mean, I guess. It's not enough. I can't keep taking hits like that from these tokens. Like, these gates are just going to destroy me. They're looking for another land here, I think. So they can activate this gate. Oh, they discarded 2 lands, so they probably do have it. Means we're probably going to get hit in the face. Oh my god, a third one of these? Fuck, alright. What are they doing with this? No, that's not how this works. You have to... yeah, these 2 pay for this one. Yep. Okay, well... they have 3 cards left. That's not nothing. Okay, so... how many times can they activate? They can activate 2 of these? God. Okay, so I have to keep a blocker back or I die. I guess I'm just oh, okay. Well, then I think... oh, well, they can only activate it once if they don't have a land. Oh, they do have a land. Never mind. Okay, well, then I guess attacking with both of them was a little greedy. Is this 14? No, it's only 13. I'm not dead yet. Okay. Don't give up too easily. Okay, there's still hope. Well, I have to keep the vampire back to block again, so... Alright. Cool. If they have another removal spell, I just die. So. Okay, they have 2 cards left. What are they? Does one of them tap this? No. What's the last one? Or are they just... Okay, that's fine. So you're telling me there's a chance. Alright. Oh god, I think that's it, right? Yeah, that'll do it. Just barely. Hanging on at 1 life. My god. This deck is fucking brutal. Alright, we definitely want this Suffocating Flames here. We might even want these. It looks like they were playing like tokens that kind of go wide, so this makes sense. Whereas like these edicts are probably really bad in the face of having lots of tokens. Well, they do have... Alright, so there is one consideration, though. They might have... They probably have the protection from monocolor cards, so I probably need to keep in edicts. Which I am not happy about, because I don't think these are amazing, but I think I need them. I need some number of these. Keeping some of this stuff at instant speed is still fine. Okay. We do have our random Snuff Out here. This is our surprise, so... I don't know. Maybe we don't actually want this. Maybe just like the Defile is better. Alright. Let's go. We got there. That was really, really close. Like, we needed to draw something or just lose. I think removal would have kept us in the game, but this hand seems okay. We can keep it. The Bojuka Bog is probably not irrelevant in this match either, because they do have some number of flashback spells that we want to be able to exile. Did they just like not do anything? Okay, well, I think they skipped their turn. They mulled to 6. I'm definitely playing the Zealot here. Like, it seems unlikely that there's anything else I'd rather do. Fumes is an excellent card because now this is a good answer to their flying tokens. I don't have to be, like, super worried about them. Like, an Inspector would kind of suck, but whatever. I can throw a Defile at it. This thing comes back from the graveyard as a 1/1 flyer. Like, I'm not that worried about it. I don't really feel the need to use removal in this thing. think I'm just attacking them and casting Chittering Rats this turn. I guess if they trade, then I might play the Vampire. Rats is always brutal on a mulligan, because, like, when you're mulliganing, you're desperately looking for the lands. Like, sometimes you just, yeah, it denies you the draw step to find them. Making these Suffocating Fumes look pretty good, so... Like, I could just cast Fumes here, exile layer, and then play Bog to exile both of these things. That would not be bad at all. It does seem like that would be the way to go this turn. Yeah, so they found a garrison, so they effectively have a land drop for next turn. But they don't really have a good board, so... I mean, this is gonna hurt them a lot. I don't actually need to cast it right now, though. That's the thing. It is very possible I'm just supposed to save this until later. Like, I don't really care how much life they gain. Like, I can just play the Vampire here. They can't attack into me. Like, the more things that Fumes kills, the better. Which means, then what land do I play here? Do I want the rats back? Do I even want to attack with the Zealot? Like, attack with Zealot, see what they do. Like, that definitely seems reasonable. Because, like, I could definitely take this back because it's like a free 1/1 that draws me a card. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I need the rats just yet. I'll keep the Defile just in case something bad happens here. Okay, look, the value on this is just getting fucking out of control. Jesus Christ, they're gonna cry. I might actually make my opponent quit MTGO after this turn. Look at this. Holding back on this was absolutely the right thing to do. They are going to be left with nothing. I mean, we have to be better here, right? Like they can't attack me. Alright. This is where we just send them back to the Stone Age. Okay. That is also a just game-winning card by itself. I don't think I need to do this one just yet, though. Uh-huh. I'm definitely putting another Bojuka Bog in this deck, because I think 2 is a much better number. I'll cut 1 swamp for it. Yeah, look, the game is over. We win. Excellent. See that? Nothing to it. I definitely think I was undervaluing these bogs in deck construction. So, like, I kind of have a vision in my head of what I want the next version of this list to look like. Definitely Vampire Sovereigns, because I think the flying is going to matter a lot. Definitely at least one more Bojuka Bog. And, like, we'll have to see a little bit about the rest yet, but I think we're getting there. So, like, our 2 losses were not, like, you know, not we were reasonably close. Like, they could have been won. And yeah, we had some, you know, nice victories here. So if we win this, we get our money back in the league. But I think this has been pretty informative to our deck building. And I don't think that, like, the deck was, you know, it wasn't, like, out of the match at all. So that's always good. It felt within reach. That's the thing. I guess the only thing to consider is, like, how often is Grey Merchant going to win a game where Sovereign would not? Because it feels like there were a couple times where, like, Grey Merchant was the only out there. So that's difficult. I really don't want to play more on the top end. The only other top end card I would even consider would probably be Gurmag Angler. Because, yeah, Gurmag is basically 1 mana once you get to the late game, and a 5/5 is nothing to sneeze at. But I don't know how much it really matters in the face of all these gates, so it's too bad there's no, like, Pithing Needle or anything that can deal with them. I don't really want to bring in Choking Sands for these gates. Like, the thing is, yeah, the lands are super powerful, and if we want, yeah, like, if we were gonna try to incorporate, like, that mana base here, we'd be better off just playing, I think, like, the black-white version of this deck that plays the protection for monocolored creature. So I don't want to go that route at the moment. I don't think that it's necessary, but I don't know. We'll see how the gate definitely looks like it's really, really strong. I am enjoying this. So if you're watching the replay, you got to let me know, like, how are you feeling about this? Have you been playing it all? Like, do you enjoy? Is there a deck that you like, or is there even a deck that you want to see? Because I am open to trying other decks, because, like, all these decks are ridiculously affordable, and I can borrow any of them for a league. So, and they're all a lot of fun. This just happens to be the one that I've played the most, like, when I was playing this format actively, so I have somewhat more of a basis to come back and reevaluate it in the current day. But still, stuff like, mono blue fairies or slivers are, like, also things that would easily appeal to me. Even, like, red deck or something like that. Very, very powerful decks. There's so much that's, like, really surprised. There's way more combo in this format than you would expect too. Like, there's a bunch of, like, ghostly flicker decks that can combo off and win the game. There's also surprisingly, like, a number of storm decks that can use stuff like Songs of the Damned or, like, Energy Tap and Burnt Offering and things like of that sort to just generate huge mana counts. They can do ridiculous stuff. Like, I think Bryant Cook was actually playing Cycle Storm this past week in his channel, which it's a pretty cool deck in this format. So I don't know if I've seen that version specifically, but there's surprisingly, like, a lot of really cool, like I said, combo in here that it's not necessarily obvious at first, but because of all the storm cards that are banned, that, like, somehow, you can ban as many storm cards as you want, but somehow life will still find a way. Oh god, this is taking way too long. We're already almost at 2 hours, so yeah, let's... The first match was definitely a slog. It was really close, and that was definitely one where I think it could have gone either way. Alright, let's go. We're on the draw against Ritual Sinkhole. I have done that before when I was playing Paper with this. Alright, I'm going to keep this because I do have a Zealot to play to try to find the land. Because I think once we get to 3, we're in good shape here. Might actually... I don't know if I'm going to need this or not. Alright, I'm not going to play it yet. Because it does seem like in a lot of matches this does end up being relevant, so we'll see. Give me an idea of what I'm up against here. Plains, okay. Blue-white, Sunscape Familiar. Okay, this is a combo deck for sure. This has to die right now. And this is a match where I think, like, the graveyard hate matters, but it matters at instant speed, not at, like... Well, I guess it shouldn't matter at sorcery speed, so... A Mole Drifter Evoke? Okay. This, I believe, this is, like, the... I don't know exactly how this deck works, but I know it's like a Ghostly Flicker deck, if I recall. I think so, anyway. Okay, they're digging for something here. Combo pieces, I assume. Okay, that's pretty good, yeah. Alright, hold on a second. I just want to try to understand exactly what the important cards are in this deck. This is the, I think it's called, yeah, this is the one, 4-color Ephemerate. That has, I think that's it. Maybe. I'm trying, like, Sunscape Familiar, okay, or it just might, well, they have the Mire here, but I don't know if that actually matters. I think they might just be 2 colors for this. Alright, so they have Familiars, yeah, they gain life with God Pharaoh's Faithful, and they have Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer is important. Yeah, okay, so, and they use that with Ghostly Flicker and Archaeomancer, I think, because it taps. Yeah, because they have Azorius Chancery. Okay. Okay, well, I think what if they have like 2 familiars and like the Archaeomancer and like 2 Chanceries, they make infinite mana, something like that. So they put a card on top of their deck, so I think we're definitely going to Chittering Rats them here so they can't draw it in this turn. Which means next turn we probably want to do the same trick again to keep them off of their Muldrifter. Deep Analysis. No, they just drew 2 cards. Alright, they're just digging. This is really tough. This might just be too slow. Because they have drawn a like they're what, almost like 15, yeah, 15 cards deep into their deck right now. That's, yeah, and they just drew 2 more with Muldrifter, so that's a little bit rough. We're not close to casting Grey Merchant yet. It's not awful. Now we're starting to get close here. I guess we just cast the Dusk Legion Zealot. If he trades, that's fine. Otherwise, we just get in 4 damage. I really want to find the 5th land next turn because Gary's our best way of trying to kill them. It's be 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. But it's still a tall ask because it means like they have to like not win the game in the next like 2 turns, and they've gone through a lot of cards. So the Ghostly Flicker is in the graveyard. Okay. There's a familiar here. Oof. Well, that's less than ideal. I guess I'm sign-in blooding myself here because my life total is not really relevant. How do I do this? So I just like cast down the Muldrifter. How important is this? Do I hold it? I think maybe I'm like supposed to hold up the cast down. At least it can interact with what they're trying to do. That definitely needs to die. They're close. That's pretty good. Means I can kill this thing still. Um... That helps a little bit, I think. Okay. Just gotta try. They have 2 familiars in the graveyard, so I'm hoping that's enough. Alright, this thing is a 2/3 flyer. Alright. Okay. Fuck, they have another one of these. Alright. Again, if I can kill that, I really need to. Because I think that's an important part of their loop here. Alright, so if they have the Archaeomancer, they can just gain infinite life right now. That is a problem. Okay, so... because they will gain 2 life every time. So what will happen is with Archaeomancer, they will blink the... Will this work, right? I think. Well, they can gain a lot of life right here. It'll not be great. Okay, I have 6 mana. How do I best use it? I don't know if this goes infinite yet. Like, I don't think it goes infinite with these two. Because if they just blink this... No, I don't... It can't. Like, it can't do that. No, they'll gain 2 life because they for every time they can cast it. Okay. I think that's how this works. Ugh. 2, 4, 6. But yeah, that basically just is hoping that they don't have it. Alright, I'm going to play the Thorn. I think this is the best way to go about this and hope that I can draw interaction. What do we got? Well, it's something, I guess. They can take the monarchy from me here. They might not have Archaeomancer here. Anyways, try. I've never seen this how this works exactly, so I'm not sure exactly what they do with this. Well, I guess we're about to find out. Alright, well, they're definitely going to do this. What are they getting here? They're getting Prohibit back, okay. So they do have a counter spell for something that's 4 mana or less. Let's see. If I attack with all of these things, something will die if it blocks this. So they either have to give me my Monarchy back or lose a creature, and then I will have to lose a Zealot. So it will be a matter of I trade Zealot for something, and they'll trade something for this. Okay, that's fair. Ooh, that's rough. I'm getting another Prohibit. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. I need to, like, kill this thing. And it's gonna be very difficult to kill it because they have so much counter magic now. I guess they don't even need to, like, have a full combo going off here because they can just gain a bajillion life this way. The only thing is their prohibits can't counter Grey Merchant. But they're stuck with this monarchy that I can't get back anymore. This isn't, like, lost yet, but it's definitely hard. You got rid of the Chainer's Edict, that makes sense. I could try to trick them here. If I play the Vampire Envoy and they try to counter it, I can use it to defile. But it still might not be enough. Alright, I think I just have to play the Grey Merchant right now. If I could find some way to bait them, then, like, maybe I can resolve this Defile on the Archaeomancer. But I think they have multiples of these Ephemerates right now, so... I haven't paid attention as to how many they cast, but... There might be a turn where I can cast double removal on it and stop it that way. Interesting. Okay. I don't think playing the vampire here when I know they have counter magic in hand is really helpful. I need to try to encourage them to, like, tap out. So they do have 2 ephemerates too, which means I'm not killing any of these things anytime soon. Just probably not resolving spells. If I can just put enough, like, black pips in play, like, that might help. They might deck themselves, though. That is definitely a concern. Oh, they have Ghostly Flicker here. That might just be enough to do this. They just got it back. I don't have a Gary that's dead at the moment. Interesting, they're returning the vampire back. Oh, you know what? Snap will do it. Okay, Snap is the other combo piece that'll work here. Okay, I think I kind of see how this does. Like, they can blink these, getting this back. They have loops with Snap to untap the Chancery. Alright, I think I got it. If they have, that is a way that they can get there. Like, it seems like right now it's probably pretty hopeless. Alright, they got it. I am not going to be able to beat the Flyers here. They saw what I was trying to do, so there we go. Okay, so how do we go about this? The removal actually is really important here. Divest matters a lot. I don't think that it's likely that Pestilence is resolving, but on the off chance that it does, we probably want to play it. I don't have a lot of good 5-drops to cast here. My life total is not hugely important. Yeah, I don't think that this is killing most of their stuff, and this definitely isn't, so I'm not worried about those. I don't know that I want to bring in another one of these either. I guess the only other card I'm looking at is, do I want Snuff Out over or something? This, I think, is where... See, like, I don't even know how good Nihil Spellbomb would actually be in this match, because it's only a one-time thing, and it's probably not enough to hurt them for real. Probably do want this other Snuff Out. That has to be better. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this deck definitely has some, like, really dumb shenanigans it can do. If it gets, like, multiple copies of its key cards, then I think that there are ways it can go infinite, but, like, it doesn't even need to. I mean, just, it can still get to points where just, like, it can chain off, like, not infinitely, but still just gain a bajillion life and make it really hard to race them. And, you know, the Ephemerate tricks, getting all, like, the counter spells back every turn is also very hard to overcome. So... yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I'm all to 6, okay. This is good experience for this deck, though. Sure. Cycle, get a planes. That's not really relevant to me that much. Actually, no, I think I want the vampire here. Yeah, Chittering Rats is not as powerful because this deck has tons of draw on it, so you're not really gonna, like, lock them out of anything. Okay, I think that my plan here right now is play Thorn. So I think I can reasonably protect it. That's pretty good too. Okay. Probably killing that. Oops. Not that one. I want to see what are you working with here? Archaeomancer and Muldrifter. Both of those are pretty bad for us. And they have Mortuary Mire, so they're going to get back whatever it is that we throw away. Guess that. I think that I'm supposed to just play a Zealot here and then just start attacking. They still only have one actual removal. They don't have counter spells yet. If this thing attacks, like, yeah, I'm not hugely concerned by it. Okay. Oh, well, that can't attack, so... that's fine. Three... okay. Deep analysis, sure. They're probably just taking Archaeamint. They're taking the Mole Drifter. Okay, so they're just on the value train plan. Neat. Alright. Okay, I think it's time some of this stuff needs to go away. Okay, sure. I know they're on the Mole Drifter plan. Throw one of these in front of this. I just want to beat them by having, you know, more cards than they do. But it's going to be difficult. I need to try to find, like, Pestilence and stuff before Gary's a thing. Or, I mean before, like, Prohibit's a thing. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, I can definitely cast down that. I think I'm signing in blood myself again. Well, that's pretty good. Jesus Christ! Fuck. 3 Mole Drifters. Alright, we're in for a battle, I guess. Okay, how do I best do this? This might not be a bad time to pay for life to kill this, but geez, they have like so many more. They're going to be so difficult to deal with. Um, yeah. Three of them are dead. They have one more left. Okay. I don't really have anything in my graveyard I want to bring back just yet. I am not going to put a creature on top of my deck. Yep. I think we got this. 9, 10, yeah. Four Mole Drifters. We managed to get through it. Oh, fuck. Alright, that was a lot. Okay. It turns out the edicts were not useless this game. They didn't really have a lot of counter magic, though. It's worth noting. We did get to a point where we weren't using these again. So it might be worth having another one. What do I take out for that? I don't know. I'm just going to run it back and hope. That was an interesting game. All right, here we go to game 3, and let's see what they got for us. They were just on the full value plan that game. They did. I don't think they showed us a single counterspell or like ephemerate that entire time, so it's possible they might have boarded out some of the counter magic. But I doubt the ephemerates went out, so maybe they are worried. Like they could just be worried that like ephemerating, you know, and then we just have removal in response to it is just really devastating. But I don't think that. I think you just have to play it anyway. So I don't know. I have a feeling that like we're still seeing ephemerate. Maybe not as many counter spells though. Yeah, like I could see a reality in which maybe some of those get boarded out, but I don't know what they were bringing in instead because like I don't think they showed us anything new. They're on 61 card special here. I guess we're just using Sign in Blood until we win. No, there is some non-zero chance that like we would want to defile something. Probably not, but you never know. Alright, I prioritize creature over Sign in Blood just because creature can attack. Sure. Yep, Modern Age, cool. Can't kill it this turn, but next turn we can. Actually, no, if I attack and they block, I can actually defile it. Let's see if they, like, block here. Aha. Nope, not gonna fall for that one. Alright. Okay, I guess. We have to play faster because we're at like 6.5 minutes. That thing does come back as a 2/3 next turn, so it might be worth holding on to the Defile to kill that. Because right now I don't have an answer to a flyer. There's a very good chance that I play Zealot and pass. I don't think I'm playing Thorn. Actually, no, I probably do. I would turn because when this comes back, it has Summoning Sickness, so there is I might be able to just play Thorn. Depends. I don't know what's going to happen right now. Okay, this thing probably does need to die. Um, okay, I lose focus. Your superior, your almost mana leak is good enough here. They must, yeah, they really need it right now. Okay. Then it might actually just be correct to sign and blood myself again. Just try to find more removal. Alright, well. I guess Snuff Out is still an option, but we're not going to get it right now. No attacks, obviously. This is getting close, though, because now that's a thing. I have a vampire to try to put in front of it, but if something bad happens to this vampire, I am going to get hit by this. They're evoking the Muldrifter. Do they have Ephemerate up for it? They do. Okay. Sick play. They get to refill their hand with infinity cards. Alright. That was rough. I'm glad I did not play this Thorn of the Black Rose in the face of this. They're digging hard through their deck, and I don't have enough removal for this. It's possible. Like, if I draw, like, Cast Down and I can play Vampire here, maybe this is okay. Fuck. Not this card. Jesus Christ. Alright, I think I have to play this. Okay, well that's something. I mean, theoretically next turn I could, like, X equals 3. Kill off the important stuff. Hope they don't have, like, Prohibit for this. The odd that they don't have, like, I guess, unless they boarded all of them out, like, it seems so unlikely. Okay. But if they just go crazy and just fucking tap out playing creatures here right now, that would be the tits. Because right now, my like, it's either this Pestilence resolve and I win, or I don't. Or, like, they could have another one of these loose focuses. They have gone through half of their deck, so the chances that they have one are not. It's pretty damn high. And I can't pay for it if they replicate it. All of my hopes and dreams are kind of relying on this right now. If I cast this, I can do 2, which will kill off the Muldrifters. But, like, if I playing anything, like, I only get to play 1 spell here, and so, like, if they have the counter spell, pretty much anything I do loses. So I think I'm just supposed to play this. So I'm getting hit for 6 next turn, and I really need to, like, take some of that damage off the board. Okay, interesting. They can Ephemerate to save one of these. Alright, that's not great, because I'm still taking 4 now. Alright, that's it. The game is over. There was not much I could do there. Like, yeah, they just kind of had a better hand in the 3rd game, but That seems really rough. Like, I'm not sure exactly what the best approach to deal with it is, but I don't know. Even like the one for ones are really tough when they're just like blinking, with the ephemerate on the Mole Drifter. Like, you kind of have to resolve removal on it right away, or the game's just gonna die. Yeah, I don't know how exactly I would fix that. Like, that seems really hard. Definitely, like, the Vampire Sovereigns looked like they would be better in that match than this would, because at least they can block a lot of that stuff. I still, like, this card actually did look, it was very useful a lot of times, and, like, and helpful in saving our bacon and keeping us from dying. I am not sure how I feel about the Ambusher. I think it's very possible that maybe we don't need this card, and maybe it could be something else that's more defensive, so... Like, it definitely had... Like, there are lines where it looks, like, reasonable, but I don't know. It's definitely one of the ones that I'm looking at replacing with something. And I don't know what yet, but I do think that probably at least one more Bojuka Bog belongs in this deck. Because I think with, 16... Like, yeah, that'll give us a total of 20 swamps. Like, we could potentially play a third one of these, and, like, that would still probably be fine. Anything else that I would want to change so far? I don't know. I imagine that we still probably need to keep trying this card, because we didn't get to really play the matches, I think, where it matters. Like, and that's really like the Kiln Fiend deck, where they go all in on, like, one creature, where we saw a lot more kind of go wide with nonsense. I mean, yeah, overall, like, I don't know, it's... Grey Merchant definitely seemed like it had some power to it, but... I'll have to think about how I want to change some of this stuff. I don't know. The Suffocating Fumes there were a couple of circumstances where it was really good, and I think it belongs in the sideboard. I don't know that I want it in the main deck, but... The only other thing, maybe duresses at some point. They can help force stuff through, but I think really it comes down to... Once they're at the point where they're, like, blinking stuff and, like, getting infinite value off of, like, Mole Drifters with Ephemeries, that seems like that was very hard to overcome, so... I do like the Zealots, though. Like, this definitely seems like an upgrade from Phyrexian Rager to me. Having this to do in turn 2 is... I think this helps, because it's a roadblock, but it's on a turn where, it helps us keep our card draw a little bit higher. Where Rager costs 3 mana, it's a little bit more clunky in the curve, where we actually have other 3-drops where we want to play. This being 2 mana, I think it helps a lot, so... I don't know if we necessarily need all 8 copies of these, but I definitely... There's good reason to consider keeping them all as well. And, yeah, I feel like the Defile probably has to stay. I kind of wish I had, like... I don't know, like, how... I'm actually not sure. Like, I'd have to think about it. I was thinking, like, what happened... Like, do we want more, like, sweepers? But there's not really a lot of better ones. Like, we were playing pretty much the best ones in the sideboard in our Pestilence here. It's just... They did not stick, like, necessarily when we needed them to, so... I guess Crypt Rats is possibly an option, though part of the problem is, like, Crypt Rats will die to itself, whereas Pestilence, like, if you can stick this alongside one of these guys, it has more staying power, so... There also is definitely the black-white version of the deck. We could try that next time, maybe. That's also an option, so we'll have to see. There's a lot of little knobs in this that we can twist to try to see if it makes it more or less appealing. And this format is pretty deep, and there's a lot of different decks here. The diversity is really, really high, and I like that. It does seem like there are a few, like, really key cards like the Gate and the Ephemerate that, like, the format kind of revolves around, and, like, now kind of the Kiln Fiend deck, like, Kiln Fiend and Swift Spear, like, kind of stepping up into that spotlight, but overall, like, there's still, like, a lot of different stuff that, like, even if there's a lot of decks that, like, are using some of those cards, like, there's still a lot of different kinds of decks, so, I don't know, it's fun. I want to play more Pauper in here, and I'm hoping that eventually you guys will come to love it too, because I do actually enjoy this format, and I think there is a lot to be mined here when playing this, so... We can definitely find some more interesting decks that will will get us more treasure chests in the future. So, all right, that's it. We went a little bit long today, almost what 2 hours 45 minutes, somewhere close to that. Yeah, that's, well, you get a little bonus. I don't know what we're doing next week yet. Maybe we'll play some Modern. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't even know what days I'm going to be home next week, because I probably am going to be doing some vacation stuff. So, but I have no idea what my schedule is for next week, so you'll probably just have to keep an eye out. And if it's going to be on a different day than normal, I will say something on Twitter. But for right now, I am still planning that it will probably be Wednesday or Thursday, but there is definitely a chance that I will push it back to like the weekend at some point. So, all right, that's all I've got for now. So if you're watching the replay, then you've stuck with me for this long. First of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, let me know how you feel about Pauper. Have you been playing it all? Because I'm curious. Like, I want to know what people like here. There's a lot of stuff to like. So, all right, that's all I've got. I'll see you guys next time.